Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is my tempestuous tenant, the tiny tot Tangela. And over yonder would be the dedicated yet occasionally dubious Mr. Livingston. And tonight we shall tantalize you with a truly thrilling treat.
Oh, do stop with the alliteration.
Dive with us tonight into the dark depths of Nightmare in Blood from 1977, directed by the daring John Stanley. In the cinematic spectacle set in the eerie environs of a San Francisco film festival, the notorious vampire Malachi mesmerizes as both actor and actual undead. This meta-movie mixes macabre madness with movie-making mythos, melting a hauntingly hypnotic homage to horror heritage. Prepare for a parade of perilous plots and preternatural performances where the line between the fictional and the frightfully real fantastically blurs.
For the love of God, please stop.
Is it that important to you?
I would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Our guest will be artist Sandra Yagi, a spirited surrealist stationed in San Francisco who crafts compelling canvases that captivate and challenge. With a masterful melding of macabre motifs and meticulous research, Sandra highlights humanity's hefty impact on nature through striking skeletal symbolism. Her works weave wondrous wildlife narratives enriched by ecological enlightenment into visuals that vibrate with vitality and vigilance. Sandra's studio serves as a sanctuary where science and surrealism seamlessly blend, birthing breathtaking biological beauties. Well, he's in something of a mood. So don't go away, for this to be another night of Vampire Fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Sandra, did you know that if our viewers tuned over to channel 7, 11, or 13, they could be watching Operation Petticoat?
Wow, I wouldn't miss that for anything.
Well, you know, but this is not the actual film. This is a television series, comedy, that they made from the film, I believe. It's only an hour long. There's no way they could show the entire film in 1 hour.
Is it a drama or what is it?
It's a comedy. Tokyo Rose announces that the Sea Tiger is racing 2 Japanese destroyers. It must be a World War II thing. Anyways, you don't want to change the channel because we've got Sandra Yagi, amazing artist, and we've got Nightmare in Blood, which is an amazing film. So between the two, why would one go see Operation Petticoat, right?
Right.
That's right. We're going to show some of your art. We're going to show this film. We're going to have fun. We're going to bring Tangela out, and we're going to try to keep her under control. But how have you been? I have not seen you since that time you had your cat.
Well, I left the cats at home because they just were shedding too much.
She has cats that do tricks. No, it's amazing. It's like, they're like trained circus animals. Is this what you do between strokes of the brush? You train your cat.
Well, I actually even bring him to the studio sometimes, but it is hard to get anything done because he jumps on me, or one time he got on the easel and nearly fell over.
I was going to say that perhaps maybe some of your art has embedded follicles
Oh, I'm sure it
of
does.
cat hair, which makes it special.
It is
Anyways,
special.
this artwork is special. Wait till you see this. This is amazing stuff. Now, you look like somebody who draws like nice landscapes or something like this, and she draws evil skulls.
Well,
They're not
everyone says
evil.
I have a dark side.
No, they're nice skulls. It's classy stuff. Anyways, we'll get to that. So this film, you have seen some of this movie, but you have not seen all.
Correct.
That's a nice way to go. That's why I often do it. I watch the middle, and then I watch the beginning and the end later, because I don't understand what's happening when I just watch the middle. So it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. All right, what do you say we start the film? When we come back, we can take a look at some of your
Sounds
art.
good. Thank you.
All right, off we go to Nightmare in Blood, 1978. Don't go away. It's a good film. Welcome back to the show. We are watching Nightmare in Blood with the wonderful Sandra Yagi, who's an artist, a composer. You compose art, right?
Yes, correct.
So-
Painting.
Painting, right. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, the film. So in case you don't know, this film was created by our predecessor, John Stanley. He used to host this show before we did it. And he decided to go off and make a film, and this is it. And, you know, it's not bad for a horror film for a first try. Yeah, most people, if I tried to make a horror film on the first try, it'd be horrid. No, it'd be ludicrous. It would be absolutely ridiculous. Not like this art, though. This art is fantastic. Tell me about this.
Okay, that's the whole series was a series about movie monsters.
And this would be Jaws.
Jaws.
Right.
And I took the viewpoint of one of those monks that sat in the monastery doing illuminated manuscripts, but what if he had seen our mass media movies?
Oh.
And so what I did for the script that's in there is I took one of my favorite quotes from the movies.
Which is?
You're going to need a bigger boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat. But his hand's not in the mouth, though, right?
No, that's where he's
Right.
throwing the chum out in the
He's
water.
throwing the chum out.
And then the
one of the
shark
best
comes out.
scenes in that film.
It's one of my favorites.
Right. So you did this almost like it's in the Bible, right?
Yeah, what they used to do is more religious texts,
Right.
but I think for modern times, I like the idea of movies.
No.
Our favorite
it's-
iconic movies.
I think you should do the entire King James Bible in horror movie scenes.
That would be good.
No, I think you could do it. It'd be what you could find a scene from every film to depict every tale in that particular book. And this frame is wonderful. Where'd you get the frame?
I order it through a custom framing company, and it comes pre-built with pre-cut mats.
No,
I'm not
it's-
real handy, so I need to have
Well,
them
you don't
join
need
it
to
and
be with a
everything.
frame like this. All right, so let's take a look at this one. And this one is somewhat rather special because it has a dragon,
It's Rodan
Rodan.
from the Godzilla series.
Yes.
And this is not the early Rodan. You know, there's several versions. There's
I did not know this.
Yeah, there's the 50s one.
Right.
And this one, I think, is from
Oh,
the
so it's like
remake.
Godzilla, right?
Yeah,
He
Godzilla
had
King
several
of the
variations.
Monsters.
Right. You know, I think the 1950s Godzilla had kinder eyes. No, he had very kind eyes. That's why I felt bad when they kept shooting at him.
Yeah, he was kind of a lot of the best monsters are kind of a creature that you feel sorry for.
Right.
In a way.
No,
Those are the
that
best.
brings drama to the film
Yeah.
when you feel sorry for. All right, so he's got, what is this? A jet.
A little jet. The jets were all trying to take out
Right.
Rodan.
And here we go with the illuminated text again. And this line is,
Slaying dragons is a Western concept. In the East, they're considered sacred.
oh,
It's just the different viewpoints.
right.
Between.
No, I like it. This is wonderful. I think you should do an entire book on these. All right, what do you say we get back to this film? And when we come back, we're going to take a look at another piece of your art, right?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
off we
you.
go back to Nightmare in Blood. Don't go away because The film gets better, the art gets better, and I don't get better. But that's okay. We'll see you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Oh, Tangella, look, a 106 socket wrench tool set for only $14.99 American. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, I've always wanted a tool set this size, but, you know, they want like $500 at Sears, but I can order them through TV Guide for only $14.99.
I don't think there is a Sears anymore.
What do you mean there's no Sears? There's always been a Sears. There always will be a Sears. There shall always be a Sears.
If you say so.
Yes. Welcome back to the show. Sandra had to step away for a moment to get some more artwork, right?
Yes.
So we're going to do mail because you sent us mail and we received the mail, and there's a transaction which occurs that requires us to read your mail, and that's what we're going to do now, right?
A transaction.
Yes. An implied transaction.
Implied.
Right. Give me some mail. Quit looking and give.
Here is something from Cloverdale, California, which is close by.
Sent on a strip of paper.
Well, I
This is
transcribed
how
it.
mail is sent from Cloverdale. All right. Dear Mr. Livingston, please inform Vincent that Biddy and Bitty are not the same word. I know that. We need to stop him from flopping about like a fish out of water about this. I am not doing the flopping, sir, or madam. I'll gladly drive from Cloverdale to Bodega Bay to explain this to Vincent. Bitty as in tiny pieces, and Biddy as in an old woman. When I visit, no doubt I'll be tongue-tied over meeting the impish Tangella. Now, she shall tie your tongue manually, is what she shall do, because she does that. She's a tongue-tier. She uses those threads hanging off her hair to tie people's tongues. So, the word biddy, I believe, comes from old chicken, is what
Old
a biddy
chicken.
is. Yes, an old hen.
I have no idea.
So biddy actually refers to poultry, and when you call a human woman a biddy, that's where the insult comes into play. So see, you learned something too, Jazz in Cloverdale. Thanks for writing, love. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
Salisbury, Maryland.
Salisbury, Maryland. Why are you being so quiet tonight?
She's always quiet.
No, whenever she puts on her jammies early, she gets quiet. Oh, look at this. All right, so a fan, Ben. No, there's somebody in the world named a fan, Ben.
I think they mean, never mind.
I know what they mean. I just like confusing you. All right, here's a wonderful illustration which I imagine was created by Ben on the cover, right? And he goes, Mr. Livingston, Sir Vincent, and Lady Tangella. You know, she has ladylike potential, but she's nowhere
Potential,
near a lady.
perhaps.
Ladies don't explode commodes at rock concert venues, do they?
Nobody should be doing that.
Right, especially a lady. All right, nothing I could create would be as cool as you all are. Thank you for all the awesome things you do. Ben Cheseldine, Salisbury, Maryland, Eastern Shore of Maryland. You know, he's from the Lobster and Lighthouse part of Maryland.
I think it's crab.
Right.
They have that.
Crab in Maryland? Mm-hmm. All right. You are all invited. So we were going to go see Ben in Salisbury, Maryland, right?
Why?
Because he invited us. It says you are all invited.
Oh,
You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of Ben's hospitality.
thank you. And we have one from
He's moving
Dennis.
really slow tonight. Typically, he moves quite a bit quicker.
Are you quite finished?
If you just bring the mail,
Dennis Biggs.
Dennis Biggs. Greetings from Levittown, Pennsylvania. I love your show every Friday and Saturday. I'm including a photo of my hellhound Zazzle. She loves skulls as much as Tangella. Thanks for the hours of creepy fun. And here's Zazzle. Look at this. I like Zazzle. Zazzle's wonderful. He looks so proud with that skull. Does he not? Or she not? What would Zazzle be? Is that a girl name or a boy name? I suppose it could be for any. It signifies persona, I imagine, right?
Perhaps.
Persona.
Zazzle. Zazzle has like pizzazz.
Is that it? That's all the mail?
That would be it.
That's all the mail. Well, you have to write mail to us. We're getting short on mail. Just go to Hello Creature Features, and that little website will show you how to send us a photo of your dog with a skull, a nice illustration that you created with an invite to Maryland, or if you'd like to send us a big bucket of shrimp. Actually, we don't need that.
No.
No, we're so close to the bay. We can get our own shrimp. However, if you've got some other exotic meal, maybe they could send.
Please, no food.
No, maybe escargot. Right? No, I have not had escargot in 2 weeks. All right. Anyways, we'll be back with Sandra soon, but let's get back to Nightmare in Blood. See you soon. Friends, don't forget we've got a second YouTube channel. It's at cfextras.com. You'll find all the extra stuff we create there, so don't miss out. Subscribe today. Welcome back to the show. If you are just joining us, you missed some important portions of the film. You missed a couple of wonderful paintings, but that's all right. We'll forgive them this time, right?
Yep.
Just this time. Anyways, we are watching Nightmare in Blood, 1978. Now, Sandra, did you know that this film actually started beginning filming in the earlier 70s? It took them 5 years to do this film. 5 years? I mean, I can't imagine taking so long.
It must have had a big budget or something.
No, I doubt it. Yeah, a big budget back then was like $100,000. It was like $1 million. Today, $100,000 will buy you a piece of film. That's it. Anyways, we'll get back to the film soon. But I'm looking at frogs, and I love these frogs. Tell me the story behind the frogs.
Okay, I did a whole series of paintings about Japanese supernatural spirits, and the title of the series is Night Parade of 100 Demons. And this is just one of them. It's just, they had stories for any natural phenomenon. And so a lot of animals, if they lived for 100 years, they would turn into what's called a yokai.
Right.
And so that's what this one is. But there's just a whole series that I've done of various beings.
How fun. And frogs was this particular one. So what would be another animal that you might?
Well, foxes are real big in the culture.
Oh, nice.
And
now, are they the red foxes or are they the gray foxes?
Red foxes, but some of them were white. Some of the really the good guys are white with multiple tails.
And the snow fox would be a white fox, right? The ones that live in the snow, right? This is absolutely fantastic. So this particular piece, this is watercolor, you said?
It's gouache, which is opaque watercolor.
Oh, so to get the look, you have to do several coats, is that?
Yeah, it does take several layers. I start out with just a drawing and then go over it with ink to define it.
I mean, I cannot even see brush strokes. It looks like some fancy prints.
That was the whole idea. Plus, I put that trim along the top. You know how those old Japanese scrolls look?
Yes.
It was to evoke that kind of feeling of...
Right. No, I think mission accomplished. Very nice. All right, let's say we get back to the film, and when we come back, we're going to see something spooky, are we not?
Yep.
All right, off we go to Nightmare in Blood. We will see you soon.
Hey guys, I'm Jolie. If you don't remember, I called when I was 7 years old, and you guys are still rocking it. I don't know if you're going to believe this, but it has been 3 years since I called you guys. I'm 9 now, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.
So, Sandra, accomplished artist you, did you know that the role of Cindy in this film was auditioned for by Suzanne Summers, and she did not get the part?
Wow.
Can you believe that? This could have been a different movie with
Definitely.
Suzanne Summers. I mean, I think she'd do the whole Three's Company act, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Maybe that wouldn't work. This one, Quinlan, you said the name was?
Kathleen Quinlan.
Kathleen Quinlan probably does a better job. Just nicer hair. Anyways, what in God's name is this?
Well, it's a fairy skeleton riding a snail.
I love it. It looks like the snail is fairy as well, though.
It is kind of magical, but I did use an actual species from Cuba.
A fairy skeleton ferrying a fairy snail.
Yep.
That could be a tongue twister.
And it's also inspired by illuminated manuscripts, because a lot of those had, in the margin, they had knights riding snails.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they had very strange things in the margins.
You know, I always liked that film, Dr. Dolittle, when they get in the giant snail at the end.
Oh, I missed that part.
You never saw Dr.
No.
Dolittle with Richard Harris? Dr. Dolittle? They get inside a giant snail. That's how they get off the island, I think.
Wow. No, I haven't
Oh, you have to
seen it.
watch it. No. This would inspire you to make an even
Sounds like
bigger fairy snail for your fairy skeleton. Now, why do you call them fairy skeletons? Because they have the wings?
There's another thing about this, which is in fairy tales and things, it's always happily ever after. But what I've done is insert a skeleton in there, which of course has more of a mortality kind
Right.
of meaning. So it's inserting reality into a fairy story.
I like it. And the wings are still nicer. And he's smiling, of all things. So he's a happy fairy skeleton.
Well, he is.
He should be. All right, off we go to the movie. And then when we come back, we've got a big one to look at, right? All right, we will see you soon after the break. Don't go away.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
So, Sandra, did you know that the Fox Theater, where they filmed this, burned after they finished filming?
Wow, it's like it's cursed.
Within days, it was like the curse of Nightmare in Blood.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know, trouble happens sometimes in these big theaters. I think that's why they don't make them anymore, because people come and burn them down.
Well,
Not a good thing.
some of them are claimed to be haunted.
Haunted theaters.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of film would one watch in a haunted theater? Phantom of the Opera, perhaps? Ghost Story? I don't know. Anyways, look at this. Is this not fantastic? We're going to put a big one up, as we did before. And what I find most incredible about this particular image is how detailed the skull is. How do you do that?
Well, I own a lot of props and actual specimens. So for the skeleton, I have a very good casting of a human skeleton that I actually pose it into positions and light it so I can get it as real as possible.
Do you have one of those little wooden dolls that...
Yeah, they're not as useful as having a
Right. A
something
real
more-
skull. Now, you know what you should do is you should offer a skeleton version of that posable doll, right? For skeleton artists like yourself who need to draw a skeleton and need to pose it in different positions.
Actually, a lot of software programs do that. They have like a human
Oh,
posable model,
right,
and then you
right.
could change it into a skeleton. And
I keep forgetting about technology.
Yeah.
I like the old way of doing things.
well, it doesn't quite imitate what a real good casting looks like.
Right.
The software version is way too smooth, and the real version has lots
And the
of
lights,
subtleties.
the lighting's
Exactly.
not right. You have to play with cameras and things like that. Now, this is absolutely fantastic. And butterfly wings.
I actually bought some specimens to get the actual, so you could see the veins
Right.
and get the feeling of the scales and so forth.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is incredible. So, this one no longer belongs to you.
No, I had to borrow it back from a collector and
sold it.
friend.
She sold it for $5 million.
I wish.
A number close to that. This is fantastic. Well, I'm sure it hangs in a place of honor in whoever's home it belongs to. This is fantastic. All right, well, what do you say we wrap up this film? And when we come back, we're going to find out how people can learn more about you at your website and what you're doing next.
Okay.
All right, off we go to the end of Nightmare in Blood. Don't go away when the credits roll, because Tangela will be sitting here with a list of viewers, and if your name is not on it, she will send you something disgusting in the mail.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
You need another eye for that socket. Yeah, she's always got these one-eyed skulls. It makes no sense to me at all. Anyways, that ends Nightmare in Blood. Star of David instead of a cross. It's a nice change. I think every religion should make a vampire story where they use their potential weapon as the vampire killing device, right? What would Egyptians use? An ankh?
Or Osiris.
Egyptians or Cyrus, who knows? Anyways, fun film. We'll show it again in 2 years and 7 months. Is that all record? 2 years, 7 months. That's what we do. She loves this film, but only because she's a fan of John Stanley, and she knows John Stanley made this film. What's next for you?
Well, I'm working on putting together a large number of paintings for a solo show at Modern Eden next winter.
Oh, wonderful.
Probably about January, February.
And Modern Eden is a large gallery, I take it?
Yes, it's in San Francisco.
Right.
And it's going to be more of those fairy skeletons.
Nice.
And then I'm going to have a show at Art Gallery in August with cryptids and monsters.
How fun. No, that's all kind of art, is it not? This is the kind of stuff that we'd put up on our walls. Right. How do people find out more?
You could go to my website, which is sandrayagi.com.
SandraYagi.com, and they can order prints, I bet.
Yep.
Buy stuff, maybe a book. Not
no
yet?
books
Soon.
yet.
Soon. Right. All right. Well, Sandra, thank you so much for coming
Thank
to see
you.
us and showing us your wonderful art. And say hello to the kitty cats for
I
us.
sure will. Thank you for having me.
All righty. And as far as you guys go, thank you so much for watching us instead of Operation Petticoat, because, maybe you would have laughed at that show, but you can laugh at Tangelo, right? With your spaghetti head. Anyways, we hope to see you next week. And don't forget, we love you. Bye-bye. So, Sandra, I'm thinking, this thing about you training cats, she has a cat which misbehaves. Is there any particular trick you might train it to do?
I train it to run away from here.